friends, welcome back to the Enchanted Stay, where fantasy books and stray kids exist in chaotic harmony. Today I'm starting a brand new series where I compare Stray Kids albums and eras to fantasy books. Not just aesthetically, but emotionally, thematically, and narratively. We're starting with their latest album, Do It, because this era feels very specific in its energy. It's confident, playful, reflective, and strangely grounded. I'll talk about the album as a whole first, then break down each song and match it with fantasy books that carry the same vibe. So grab your sword and your lightstick and let's do it. The Do It album feels like a chosen family after the war era. Not the epic battle, not the tragic origin story, but the moment where the characters finally breathe. This is an album about confidence without arrogance, joy after survival,
한지성이 돌아왔다.
choosing movement instead of stagnation, and trusting yourself enough to keep going.
It wasn't really that easy, to be honest, because we came out with our own sound, and in the beginning, it's too noisy, it sounds horrible, we can't listen to it. There was a lot of remarks towards what we intended to make, but we stuck to what we wanted to do. Let's just do what we enjoy, and let's keep on making music to give strength to people everywhere, all around the world, and that is all of you guys.
In fantasy terms, this album sits in the we made it through the worst. Now what? It reminds me of stories where the heroes have already been tested, the stakes are still real but no longer crushing, and the characters are finally allowed to live. Album as a whole, fantasy recommendations. A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. It has found family, healing, and joy after trauma. The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Clooney. Chosen Family, Warmth, and Quiet Rebellion. Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. It's about what happens after the quest ends. If you love Do It as an album, you'll love fantasy that's about momentum, not misery. Do It is pure forward motion. This song isn't about proving yourself, it's about trusting yourself enough to act. Fantasy-wise, this is the training arc finally paying off. The moment the protagonist stops asking, "Am I enough?" and starts saying, "Watch me." Fantasy books that match Do It. Iron Widow by Ziron J. Zhao. The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. An Ember in the Ashes by Sabah Tahir. If Do It is your favorite song, you love stories about unstoppable protagonists, rage turned into purpose, and characters who move even when they're afraid. Divine feels elevated. There's confidence here, but it's quieter, almost sacred. This is the song of characters who have realized their power isn't external, it's inherent.
What should I do? Just do what I wanna do. 그렇게 I only go. 뚝뚝뚝 무대 위에 거인들이 가리키는 문구. 같이 밤살지 않은 신하들의 줄.
Fantasy-wise, this is latent divinity, fate awakening, the moment someone realizes they were never ordinary. Fantasy book matches for divine. The Game's God's Play by Abigail Owen. The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. And Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Su Lin Tan. If divine is your song, you love chosen ones who resist destiny, God-touched characters, and stories where power feels mythic, not flashy.
Watch my holiday.
I don't wanna get this out and watch my holiday.
Holiday is joy, but earned joy. This is the tavern scene after the quest. The laughter around the fire. The moment where the world isn't ending for once. Fantasy-wise, this is found family at rest.
Holiday, need a holiday, need a holiday.
Fantasy books that fit holiday. 6 of Crows by Lee Bardugo. Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames. The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. If holiday is your favorite, you love chaotic found families, banter over battles, and stories where relationships matter more than power. Photograph is nostalgia done gently, not regret, remembrance. This song feels like flipping through memories without wanting to go back. Fantasy-wise, this is the epilogue energy. The story after the story. Fantasy matches The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefwater, A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross, and The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. If Photograph is your favorite, you love memory-driven stories, soft magic, and characters shaped by the past, not trapped by it. Overall, Do It album feels like a reminder that fantasy doesn't always need destruction to be meaningful. Sometimes the magic is in continuing. Let me know in the comments which Do It song is yours, and which SKZ album or era you want me to do next. If you love this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay chaotic, stay magical, and stay.